You're up early then. Okay, and you have to be on the East Coast for sure. 7 watching. So I just wanted to talk about all these different worlds. I've kind of checked out some of them lately, quite a few. I've gone to a few different meetings and things like that. So, which one should we touch on first here? So, first we'll talk about Second Life because there's a lot going on with Second Life and avatars, with Bento, and in the user group. We just are talking about NPCs now, or animated meshes, animeshes. So there's a lot going on in Second Life, and Second Life is a world that's already up and running, and I think it's something that's we've needed for a long time in Second Life. A lot of these different things, all these different developments that are going on right now, and it's pretty exciting. So, and maybe we'll come back to Second Life at the end before I finish this. But the other place that has done a lot of development lately is Space, and they've been kind of promoting themselves lately, promoting themselves to artists. Oh, Furry says, oh, I hadn't heard anything about Animeshes in SL for years. Yes, and it's going on right now. So, and it looks, it looks like it's going pretty well too. But okay, on to Space though. Space looks very good. Initially, when they opened up, there was a lot. It was very limited in what you could really do. Even basic sit functions weren't really working back then, but a lot of that stuff has been worked on. Space uses Unity, and I have a lot of experience with Unity. I did do a little bit. I played around a little bit with their Unity stuff. And I didn't get everything to work at the time, but it was all pretty straightforward. I just didn't have the time to work everything out. But it looks very interesting. It uses Unity. One of the biggest issues that I have with Space, and I've already voiced this, but is the commission. Now, I don't know, what kind of deals you can get from Space, if you're a creator and you go there. But the standard commission is 30%. And personally, I don't like that. I don't think it's good for anybody. And we'll talk a little bit more about this with Sansar. Okay? Or even High Fidelity. We don't know what kind of commission they're going to charge either. So the cat meows. So if we, there he goes. Look at his jaw moves, too. It's very realistic. Very fun, too. But, what were we talking about? Oh, commission. So to me, a 30% commission is just far too high a commission to really work with as a creator. I'm giving up 30% to Space or whomever, and then taxes. The government wants 30% or 40% almost. I mean, how much is left for us? And the other point is, why would you want to limit? Because the higher you want to charge commission, the more you are limiting the amount of creators that are going to be there, or that can even survive in that, or have the time to create. If the creators like me can make quite a bit of money, then we don't have to worry about part-time jobs or whatever, getting bills paid, and we can just concentrate on making things, and we can get a lot more done, believe me. So the higher commission, I'm just not for that. Before I ever started doing 3D stuff, I did some gallery shows of paintings and drawings, and the standard commission for that kind of stuff for any gallery back then was 15%, and I think 15% was a good percentage for everybody involved. It was good for the artist, it was good for the gallery. They made 15%. They just had empty walls usually. Sometimes it was like a barber shop that wanted, a fancy barber shop that wanted all these paintings on the wall, and they just charged 15%. So I'm just very much against these high commissions. So I don't, but space looks promising outside, as far as I'm concerned, outside of the 30%. And they look really good. High Fidelity. I spent a little bit of time in High Fidelity lately, and they look great. I mean, I can't say a whole lot bad about them. I mean, the whole platform seems like there's a lot of features. There's a lot of things that are possible. NPCs are possible. Just about anything. But there is one problem with hi-fi. One major problem with hi-fi, and the content isn't secure. Now, many people can argue that content can't be secure, but it's unsecure to a level that's beyond, anything usable. So, yeah, and I don't know what's going on local chat, but see, I don't worry about the whole local chat thing, because to me, it's like when all these people pile into a world and everybody goes, hey, we don't have local chat. Well, guess what? The world, Philip at Hi-Fi is going to go, okay, let's, or here's the app for the local chat, or whatever. Because I think there is an app for a local chat that somebody made. But there's, the problem with High Fidelity is the security of the content. How can you make money when anybody can just grab the content off the webpage? But I was at the last Hi-Fi meeting, which was Friday, and I got to talk directly to Philip, and I posed that question to Philip and the person running the event, and they said that they have something coming that's going to address this. So now, of course, we don't know what, or maybe Hi-Fi has put out what kind of commission they want to take on everything. But so that's another aspect that I don't know about currently. So on to, I guess we're already at Sansar, and there's just not a whole lot I can talk about with Sansar. The commission issue. Okay, we don't know. Ebb has not stated what the commission's going to be. We know it's going to be higher. We know for sure it's going to be higher than Second Life. Can you even cash out in Hi-Fi? Hi-Fi does not have a monetary system right now that I know of, but I assume that they will when they address the content issue. I think that's all kind of one package that they're going to put out. Don't quote me on that. I don't have anything to do with Hi-Fi, but like I said, I was there the other day. So with Sansar, the issue that I want to talk about though is commission again. So who knows what Sansar is going to do, but in my honest opinion, the higher you raise that commission, the less creators you're going to have creating there, the less money that us creators can make. And to me, it makes no sense to limit creators. We do nothing but help the platform in most ways. You know, we add value to the platform. So, in my honest opinion, we shouldn't be taxed at all beyond like the services that we use. I would much rather see a platform give me services, give me marketing services, give me land services, give me all kinds of different services than I can pay you to use your platform. I'll gladly pay for good marketing. Second Life doesn't really have great marketing stuff. And the ones that are there are costly and crappy. But if I had a great marketing system, where I could advertise on, then, I'm more than willing to pay for that. That's what I mean, though. Instead of charging us this ridiculous commission, give us services. Give us the tools that we need to run a good business. And then we'll gladly pay you. The more profits we have, the more services we can buy. The more services you give us. There's all kinds of things that businesses need. Server space, holding data. If you hold all of our game data, if we create a game and you hold all of that data for us and protect that data for us, that's worth a price, and we'll pay for that. We would have to pay for that somewhere else. But to me, there are all kinds of different ways for a platform to generate money besides charging commission. Commission seems like the worst way because then you're hurting the very people that are helping your platform. So I know there's some people talked about Sansar inviting a whole new group of people. So I guess, a bunch of new people are going to be able to look at Sansar. Of course, I can't talk too much about it. I don't want to say more than I already have about Sansar. I'm sure we're going to all be able to talk about it very soon. But, and I think I was kind of hard on Sansar in my other talks. But, I mean, I guess you have to understand that, I'm an animator. This is what I do. When I go in and there's nothing for me to do there, it's a little bit frustrating. But those are kind of my thoughts on all the different worlds. To me, in the end, with all this stuff, I mean, look at this cat. With all this stuff going on in Second Life, to me, Second Life is the place to be. When NPCs come in, see, this is another aspect that it was so missing from Second Life, and so missing from this virtual world. A lot of people would talk about how, well, there's nothing to do in Second Life, or there's nothing going on, or things like this. But when you throw NPCs into the mix, and the kind of NPCs that we could have in Second Life, or in High Fidelity, or Sansar, or whatever, to me, it's a key component. And to have to have waited this long to possibly get, really good NPCs in Second Life, or in any of these worlds, I mean, it's a long time coming, and I think it changes the game. It changes the game. It makes every world into a living, breathing world. I mean, that's what NPCs and animated meshes do. They make your world alive. So I think that's a great place to end it. Thanks, everybody that came to watch, and hopefully I'm going to have some new tutorials and things like that coming out pretty soon. So have a good one, everyone.